the BKC Firefly. Um, Thank you for putting on the recording. So that saves my one line. Being a Toastmaster means more than simply making a commitment to self development. Everyone who joins the Toastmasters Club is making a commitment to the club, to its members, and to the organization as a whole. I'm your sergeant at arms, Cynthia, and I would like to spell out the vision of the club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. We, however, refrain from speaking about sex, religion, and politics. A few hygiene factors to take note of during the meeting. We would request you all to kindly add the role that you are playing before your name displayed on the screen. If you have not done so yet, please do so. Please keep yourself on mute unless you are asked to unmute. You can keep your cameras on while people are speaking so that they can have a face to look at. But in case you're moving out of the screen, we would request you to keep your camera switched off as well. When you are unmuted, please make sure that your phone is on silent. Along with this, I take the opportunity to once again welcome you all and hand over the baton to our presiding officer, Toastmaster side. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Madam Sergeant at Arms. The lady you heard just now is a marketing professional and works for a company called Manpower Group. Basically, they power all the stuff that happens around you. She works for that company. My co-host for the evening is Cyril, who happens to be the Vice President of Membership, which is an excellent and a not so subtle segue into something called renewals. Our Toastmaster membership runs in 2 cycles, from October until March 31st, April 1st, and from April 1st until September 30th. And whether you like to believe it or not, the great times that we've had as a club together are coming to an end at the end of this month. That cycle of membership is going to come to an end. And I would love to invite all of us to renew through our Vice President of Membership, whom I'm going to spotlight if I can find him. Can I find him? Is his video turned on? Oh, there he is. There he is. All right, he's waving. So the person you need to get in touch with, in case you want to renew your membership and continue to be a Toastmaster, BKC Fireflies member for another 6 months, the person to reach out to is Cyril. And if you have any desire to join a Toastmasters Club, the person to reach out is also Cyril. So the person to reach out in case of anything to do with membership is Cyril, because he's the guy who will charm you into joining Toastmasters or continuing with Toastmasters. We have on the topic of having excellent segues today. Today is a great day for me. I don't have to think at all. One of the people who listened to Cyril very closely and agreed to join BKC Fireflies is somebody whose camera is available, but her audio is not turned on yet. So I'm going to hold off on introducing her to the club and inducting her into the club for now. What I will talk about, though, is the upcoming Division S conference in the month of April 28th to be precise. BKC Fireflies, along with other members, other clubs in Division S, will be meeting in Mumbai to have our Division S conference, which will be a venue and location and time for a bunch of contests to happen. I am a participant. I'm participating in the contest as a contestant from Division S4, Area S4, and I will be traveling to Mumbai for that. So hopefully we'll get a chance to meet each other in person one more time. Maybe we'll go to a Starbucks once again and take over that space like we did the last time for a few hours. But yes, Division S conference happening April 28th. There will be messages sent about attending the conference. I would love to see more and more people from BKC attend those meetings and show some BKC love and some Toastmasters love to each other. A conference is a great place to make new connections and make new friends. And this is probably going to be another one of those. And even if you don't get to make new friends, you can meet up with old friends, the friends you met online at a BKC Fireflies meeting, which is what we are hoping to achieve once more. An in-person get-together just to put names to faces and faces to names and all those good things. I would love to interact with a few guests if they are here. Mudit and Bikram, I'm going to quickly ask you guys to turn on your videos and audios and give us a 10-second intro to yourself and tell us why you came to attend, or what made you attend this meeting. So let's start with Bikram first. There you go. Okay, Bikram, I'm going to spotlight you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Bikram. I stay in BKC and I am working with a petroleum company at Lower Parel. And I am excited to be here. This is almost all after 7 months. I came and I have joined this particular meeting. 7 months ago, I joined one more meeting, which was again a first meeting which I joined just to take a feel that how BKC Fireflies goes. And this is the second time because now I thought that it's time to become serious about this particular subject. So that's why I thought to be here and I thought to join, and I just thought to listen to all the guys, and so that if it goes well, then I'll join. I'll definitely be more serious to join.
Very exciting to have you. Thank you so much, Vikram, and hopefully
Thank
you'll
you.
have a good. You will be able to participate in the meeting in one of the upcoming segments, which the Toastmaster of the day will talk about, but we'll get to that later. Mudit, are you there with your camera turned on? I don't see your camera on. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Let me add Mudit to the spotlight, and maybe you could tell us a few things about yourself and what brought you to the meeting, Mudit.
Yeah, hello. Actually, I'm not a guest. I'm a Toastmaster. Today, I'm a member of Goregaon Speakers Community, and today I'm here for the role of grammarian. So, I was.
My friend,
I
hold on. You, my friend, are not following the requests of our much, very, very pleasant and appealing Sergeant Rams. Please put your role in front of your name. I did not realize that you were
sorry.
Please do that. So we'll
Yeah.
hear more from you later. So I'm going to quickly jump to the next thing on my agenda, which is to maybe get a chance to talk to Meenal and introduce her to everyone in the club. Meenal, are you there? There you are. I can see you finally after a long time. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Meenal is a new member of BKC Fireflies. She joined us recently, and it's I think the first time she's going to be giving a speech with us. So
yes,
and the usual protocol at BKC Fireflies is going to be a little bit of work for you, Meenal. I'm going to see if I can ask Cyril to go with you to the what's it called, waiting room. Is that a waiting room? Let me see. Oh, I'm going to put you in the waiting room along with Cyril. Is that cool? Because what we do is give everybody a chance to vote on your induction into the club. So Cyril, are you there? Where is your video?
Hello.
Speaking. Oh, yeah. I'm going to drop you into the waiting room alongside. I'm going to remove you from co-host first. Then I'm going to put, where does he keep disappearing? There he is. Okay. Put him in the waiting room. And I will put our friend Meenal also in the waiting room. Meenal, don't worry. Cyril's going to be there. He's going to explain to you what's going on. And while Cyril and Meenal are having their brief tete-a-tete about joining BKC Fireflies, it is my pleasure to announce that Meenal has applied to join BKC Fireflies. And if any Toastmaster believes that Meenal should, okay, let me do it this way. I'm going to move that we ask Meenal, we invite Meenal to join our club. Do I have a second for that motion? I see Sandhya seconding that, so that's great.
I second it.
Yep. And is there anybody who feels that Meenal should not be part of BKC Fireflies? Going once, going twice, and going thrice. I don't think anybody's going to ever say that we should not have new members. So when I bring them back into the room, I request all of us to please turn on our videos and encourage Meenal by giving her a round of applause. I'll put her on the spotlight. We'll ask her what she thought about what brought her to Toastmasters. Admit. And now that Meenal is here, oops, I don't see her. There she is. Meenal, I'm going to put you on spotlight. And if you could tell us maybe a little bit about yourself and your goals with Toastmasters, that'd be wonderful.
So this is where I give my speech.
No, you just introduce yourself. Tell us
a
little bit
so
about
yourself. I am Meenal Bhanushadi. I'm a finance professional, and I have this fear of speaking in front of people. So that's the reason I'm here, to overcome it.
All right, sounds good. And so we've done that, we've introduced Meenal to the club. She's also going to give a longer speech, which is her icebreaker, right? The first meeting itself. That's kind of great, right? Yeah, we have two people who did great things at BKC, at Toastmasters. One of them is our Sergeant at Arms, whom you heard already. I'm going to invite Cynthia to maybe tell us in brief how she used her Toastmasters experience in a recent project that she undertook.
Yeah, okay. So this is like a table topic now for me because I wasn't prepared. But yeah, so I had to conduct a freelancing workshop that I did for a retail organization. They had a problem, and I was to address that concern. So in that particular workshop, they had two objectives to meet. One was to encourage team collaboration, and the other one was to drill down the vision statement up to the last mile. And this team of 25 people were a mix of senior and junior people. So what I did was, and the one of the important feedbacks that I got from the person who decided to take this or give this gig to me was that these people are fairly new, so they do not know each other. So what I when I was formulating the entire workshop, it was a full day workshop, so I had to carry out interesting things for them to make it more inclusive, for them to make it participative. So the first thing that came to my mind was the table topics, because how interesting can that be, where you're suddenly woken up from your sleep and you're told to speak on a topic. I used the same format, but I did not really scare them with the topics. What I actually did is put the timer on top on the screen, and I told them that you have to speak about yourself because people don't know you. You got to speak about yourself for a minute, and once it's 1 minute, it turns green. The typical table topic. When it's 1.5 minutes, it'll turn yellow, which means that you have to slow down and nearly stop. And when it is red, you have to completely stop, otherwise you lose out. So I used that bit of it. Okay, I copied that bit of it for this particular, and it really went very well because a lot of people had not even come on the stage to ever speak. So it was beautiful. But what I also did along with that is I used a little bit of the R counter element, where I then told the rest of the teams to evaluate the person standing there, not the person from, not the, if the person belonged to the same team, that team cannot. The rest of the competing teams had to evaluate them on how many times he says and all those kind of things, and then stop
Yeah.
as soon as they kind of give a feedback after the event was over. So it was great. It was great fun for them as well as for me.
Thank you, Cynthia. And I really like that you used some of the things that we do on a daily basis and introduced that into the outer world. Thank you so much for, first of all, participating and taking up your taking this up as a challenge, and then using Toastmasters outside Toastmasters. Well, wonderful. We have Zainab, who's joined us for the first time. Zainab, I'm going to bring you on spotlight and ask you to maybe speak to us for 5 seconds to tell us what brought you to Toastmasters.
Hi, my name is Zainab. I basically have trouble public speaking, and I want to, get over this fear of just speaking to other people on a more professional level. I have been a professional for 12, 13 years, but after COVID, I think life has just changed, and I have gotten into a sort of a shell where I'm not able to express and speak confidently as I used to before. And I just want to kind of just be comfortable in speaking to everybody,
And are you
for
located in
professional.
Mumbai yourself?
I'm sorry?
Are you located in Mumbai?
Yes, I am very
Oh,
much.
great. So next month, we're going to hopefully get a bunch of us together to meet up and see each
Yeah.
other. So if you're available next month, please do join us for that. So it'll bring you out of your shell a little more to have to interact with new people.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
Welcome.
I'm very much looking forward to it.
Welcome. Welcome.
Thanks.
I wanted to introduce, I want to talk to one more member of our club, but I don't know if she's available. So I'm going to move on to the actual business of the meeting, which is to introduce the theme and do all the fun activities that a typical Toastmasters meeting entails. And leading us through that part of the meeting is the woman I'm going to spotlight right now. She's from Mumbai Toastmasters, the biggest club in the world. And a member of the biggest club in the world is attending the Small Wonder of Mumbai. You can probably see it somewhere up there, the Small Wonder of Mumbai. That's our club, but that's PKC Fireflies. But a member of the biggest club of the world is here to lead us as the Toastmaster of the day for the evening. Let me see if I can find out a little bit, tell you a little bit more about Shelly. She works as a CA. That means she loves money, or at least she's comfortable in handling money. She works at Hitachi, and she recently moved to Pune. And as part of a job change, she has to go to Pune to start working there. She likes traveling, and in her free time, she does sketching and writes quotes. I don't get it. How do you write a quote? Do you come up, you sit down one day and say, I'm going to say something very deep and insightful, and then I'm going to write that on a piece of paper? Is that what you do?
No, actually, when something inspiring strikes to my mind, then I make a note of it, and then after coming home, I try to create a quote out of it.
Oh, you know what? The other day I was telling my wife that I had a similar moment. Like something struck me as being very deep and insightful. I was telling her I should probably use that sentence in a Toastmaster speech, and everybody loved that. They loved that sentence. So maybe maybe you could tell us a couple of quotes that you came up with and you liked a lot.
Like I wrote one quote which really resonates with me. Like, uh, wait, I have to look up for
Don't worry
that.
about it. Let me not put you on the
Yeah.
spotlight on the spot. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
your host for the evening is Toastmasters Shelly, the CA from Hitachi, the person who was forced to move to Pune recently, the person who sketches and invents quotes. Ladies and gentlemen, your host for the evening, Shelly.
A very good morning, a very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Welcome to meeting 135th of BKC Fireflies Toastmasters Club. Now, close your eyes and imagine it's a nice warm winter in a country you aspire to be. You have an interview or a crucial meeting at 9. You're feeling too lazy to even get out from the bed. Now, imagine the same scenario, but this time you are in your hometown. Your mom cooks food for you along with a spoon of dahi shakkar, wishing you all the best, and dad driving you to the office. Now, open your eyes, hold that imagination. We'll come to that later. While randomly scrolling through Instagram, I got to know that one of my closest friends has now moved to Germany. 2, 3 days later, I saw more stories of friends who have moved abroad. It feels like Insta stories have become our new big boss, offering glimpses into our friends' lives. Honestly, I'm quite thrilled for my friends, but I miss them dearly. But the overthinking doors, they knock like a bin bulai mehman. Raise your hands if you think that you would win a gold if overthinking were an Olympic sport. It leaves me questioning my progress in life. While everyone seems to have moved forward, I'm still stuck in a quarter life crisis. My mind wanders in 100 different directions, right from contemplating quitting my job to pursue my passion, traveling, or seeking job abroad. During my notice period recently, I casually applied to foreign jobs as well. After several weeks, when I was least expecting it, I got one offer from Dubai. What? It was so sudden that I was indecisive. Apparently, moving out from India in our households is as big a deal as convincing your managers for leaves. Abba nahi manenge. And I also didn't push much because I was too unsure. I had so many questions like, will I get Indian food? Am I ready for extreme temperatures? There's so much heat in Dubai that it feels like it's on Mercury, not the Earth. Can I manage without household help? What about high cost of living? Adapting to 360-degree culture shift, language barriers, and mechanical lifestyle. Missing home, friends, and a Toastmasters. To find out what happened next, stay tuned with me. But first, let me introduce our three supporting pillars in MTL. Uh, and Toastmasters, that is the tag team. Uh, if you really want to go abroad, you need to be very punctual. Even a 1 second difference might cause you to miss your flight. To help us monitor our time, we have a timer, Mahesh, Toastmaster Mahesh. Could you please help introduce us?
Yeah, good evening to all the Toastmasters. Thank you very much. So I will be playing the role of a timer, and I will notifying the time taken by all the maybe prepared speakers the evaluations, and the table topics. So for the prepared speaker speech, the total time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. So at the end of 5 minutes, you will have a green screen will be displayed. At the end of 6 minutes, we will have a yellow screen displayed. And at the 7 minutes, we will have a red screen displayed. You will have a grace time of 30 seconds, and after that, there will be disqualification. So that is regarding the prepared speaker timings. Regarding the table topics, total time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. So at the end of 1 minute, we'll have a green signal. At the end of 1.5 minute, we'll have a yellow signal. And at the end of 2 minutes, we'll have a red signal. And similarly, we will have a grace time of 30 seconds. Afterwards, there will be disqualification. So I will be displaying the results at the end of the table topics as well as at the end of the prepared speaker speeches. So that's all from my side. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster Shelly.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahesh. Now, to apply for visa, having language fluency will give you brownie points, and to help us with that, we have our R counter, Cynthia. Toastmaster Cynthia, I would like to help you help us introduce.
Hello, everybody, and I'm the R counter for the day. The purpose of the R counter is to judge you. Uh, Actually, is to note words or sounds that sound like crutch words or pause fillers. Every time you forget what you wanted to speak, so you start doing So these are the things that I'm going to catch and let you know where you have done it, so that you can improve in the next speech that you give. At the end of every speech, I will be able to tell you how many R's, repeat sounds that you have made or repeat words that you have used. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Cynthia. Now, one advantage of going abroad is that your pronunciation and grammar will improve. Although not talking about those people who just focus on imitating the accent. To help us improve our grammar, we have our grammarian, Toastmaster Mudit.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Shelly. So, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. As a grammarian, I pay close attention to all the speakers and listen carefully to their language uses. My responsibility today includes firstly introduce the word of the day and record its uses in the correct context throughout the meeting. Secondly, identify the and record good uses of grammar and language. And thirdly, identify incorrect uses of grammar and language. So, for today's meeting, word of the day is. Can I share my screen just a minute? So, for today's meeting, word of the day is wool gathering. So, its meaning is indulgence in aimless thought or dreamy imagination, or like upset mindedness. Its example is Mudit's wool gathering involves saving the planet from the aliens. And phrase of the day is Rome was not built in a day, meaning relevance of patience and perseverance required to achieve something. So example could be if you are failing for something, then remember Rome was not built in a day. So these are the two words, and I would request every speaker who is coming up to use the word of the day or phrase of the day. And I think audience can give a silent thumbs up with the Zoom meeting whenever word or phrase of the day is used by speaker in the right context. And I will present my report when called upon by general evaluator. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Shelly.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mudit. Now, before I could ponder upon those questions and dilemmas, it was too late. The offer which I got revoked. Opportunities are like sunrises. If you wait too long, you miss them. I learned my lesson. Clarity as to what I truly want in life and proper research is extremely essential. When I joined my current company, I learned that long service employees from Poland with 15 to 15 to 16 years of tenure were being let go to transition their roles to India due to cheap labor cost at about one third of their salaries. The realization that I was taking up someone else's job filled me with guilt and even prompted tears during one transition call. I consoled myself that if not for me, someone else would have taken the position. However, this kept me wondering if the salary disparity is a prime driving force behind the desire to work abroad. We will ponder more on this later. Now let's come to the structure of meeting. The meeting is divided into three parts. The first part is the prepared speeches round where the speakers will present their speeches. The second part is the table topic round where members or guests can give impromptu speeches. And the last part of the meeting is the journal evaluation round where speeches will be evaluated by the respective evaluators and also the journal evaluation. So let's begin with the prepared speeches for the day. Our first speaker, Toastmaster Meenal, is attempting her level 1 project 1 speech. And since it's an icebreaker, I would request the audience to give a round of applause after the icebreaker speech. Before that, I would like to call her evaluator, Kashif, to read out the speech objectives.
I'm not sure if Kashif is available right now.
Um, okay, so he's the evaluator, right?
Yes, he is, but his video doesn't seem to be. Oh, he's not able to unmute himself. Why is that? Strange. Ask to unmute.
Mm.
Kashif, did you get a request to unmute? It's still muted. Why is that? Do you want to rejoin this meeting, Kashif?
Meanwhile, I'd like to ask from Meenal if she could be teleported to a country that's not hers, what would that be?
Right now, I would really maybe be somewhere in Russia on a motorcycle ride.
Oh,
That's
wow.
something that I have really wanted to do for a very long time. So, yeah.
That's really quite a different perspective, and I would like to join you. Okay.
Shelly, we'll see one more time if Kashif is able to join the meeting.
Oh,
If he's not, then I
yeah.
will read out the objectives and Kashif can do the
Oh,
evaluation after
sure,
the fact.
sure. Okay.
Hey, are you able to hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, I have joined from my mobile now. Apologies, I think the audio on the laptop is not working.
No worries.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So today's speaker, Meenal, she's starting her Toastmaster journey and attempting the icebreaker speech. The purpose of the icebreaker speech is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Timer, please note, timing 4 to 6 minutes. Over to you, Meenal. All the best.
Thank you, Toastmasters Kashif. Can I see the screen?
Meena,
with the-
hold on 1 second. Shelly has to introduce you.
Yeah. So Toastmaster Meenal, the journey of life, Toastmaster Meenal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shelly.
Mahesh,
So
please
do I?
stop. Mahesh, stop your timing.
Okay.
Meenal, whenever you start, the timer will start with you. So you have to go first.
All right. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for explaining.
Just point two of order. I think the green light should be at 4 o'clock, the yellow light should be at 5, and the red should be at 6. It's a 4 to 6 minutes.
Okay. Thank you.
Meenal, hold on one second. Mahesh will be changing the time. Mahesh, set the time to 4, 6, and 4, 5, and 6. And disqualification at 6:30. Good catch, Cyril. Thanks. Yep.
He may need to keep it as custom time on top left. It's currently speech 5 to 7. He may need to change it to custom time. Above the first option. Above that, three above that. Above that. The very first one there.
Topmost.
One above that. Yep.
So put in 4:::00. 4 : you need a colon. Meenal, please start.
Hello, everyone. What is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? These words from Mary Oliver's poem, A Summer Day, resonate with me, and I believe they will with you too. As for me, I imagine breaking free from the constraints set by society and living a life filled with abundance, love, and adventure. Hi, I'm Meenal Bhanushali, a finance professional, an avid biker, and a traveler. I was born in Mumbai and have been a Mumbaiker since. My love for motorcycles and travel started at a young age. And despite growing up in a joint family of 8 people on weekdays and 15 on weekends, including my cousins' friends, we always found ways to explore around in our tempo, even with the limited resources that we had. I would also join my brothers and his friends on motorcycle rides around as a pillion. Never missed a chance. I was raised among boys and also treated as one, which is where I believe I got my tomboyish personality from. Growing up, I was an above average student at school with minimal to no friends and stayed away from limelight. However, at home, I was a troublemaker and a rebel without a cause. But despite my seemingly tough exterior, I always dreamt of a fairy tale life. I wanted to get married to my long-time imaginary lover by the age of 25 and have at least 2 kids before I turned 30. My wool gathering involved thinking about my happily ever after. But life had different plans for me. I completed my master's degree in finance from NMIMS University and took the first job from campus as an equity research analyst at the age of 23. Within months, I realized it wasn't the right fit for me. After a brief discussion with my dad, we agreed that I should wait it out until I figure out my next move. And it's been 10 long years of waiting, of trying to figure it out. Over the years, while my challenges in my professional life persisted, I found solace in traveling. But it wasn't until my 24th birthday when a friend shared an article about a female motorcyclist with me that I realized that I don't have to be a pillion rider forever. I can ride a motorcycle too. And that is how a dream was born. a dream to ride, to fly. Growing up in a conservative family, sharing my dream with them wasn't easy. My dad is a hardworking, disciplined man, a first generation Mumbaikar who has seen his fair share of struggles to provide for us. While my mom is a homemaker and has pampered, rather spoiled me to no limits. I also have a sister, an elder sister, who can read my mind on point and has got me in a lot of trouble. Convincing my family was hard, but eventually they came around. After a wait of 2.5 years, I bought my first motorcycle home, and Rambo has been my trusty companion ever since. In the last 7 years, I have done about 50,000 kilometers on my motorcycle. I have explored most of the states in India, mostly solo, made lifelong friends, and also pushed myself to explore new things like trekking, bungee jumping, scuba diving, hitchhiking, and even completed a yoga teacher's training program. While I have become better at dealing with fear, my fear of public speaking remains. So here I am. My journey so far has been nothing short of amazing, and I'm excited to see where it takes me next. Going forward, I'm determined to become a better speaker and live a more intentional life. So I ask you again, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Thank you.
That was a wonderful speech, Toastmaster Meenal. And since it was the icebreaker speech, I would like everyone to give a round of applause. Thank you. With that, our next speaker is Toastmaster Rashmi Agarwal, and she's attempting her level 1 project 2 speech. Before that, I would like to request her evaluator, Toastmaster Sai Ramachandran, to read out the speech objectives.
Level 1 project 2 involves an exercise in enhancing and improving our vocal variety and or body language, which is what our speaker Rashmi has been invited to do as part of this project. So I will be evaluating her not only on the content and the structure of her speech, but on also whether she's able to show variety in how she delivers the speech by way of voice and by gestures and physical motions. That's my goal as her evaluator. And her speech timer, please note, will be 5 to 7 minutes long.
Okay. Toastmaster Rashmi, time and tails in a bag. Time and tails in a bag, Toastmaster Rashmi.
Let's
Hold
start.
on. Please hold on. Mahesh, the timer, 5 to 7 minutes. Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Let's start with a poll. Give me a thumbs up if you had a bunch of photo albums at your home while growing up. Now, another thumbs up if you have clicked a physical photograph apart from the passport-sized ones for visas in the last 12 months. So the numbers are, I assume, dwindling. Unfortunately, I cannot see, but yeah, so that is my guess. So anyway, moving on. In a time not so distant, each family curated its treasure chest, a bag filled with memories in a form of many albums, each one telling its own story, each one holding time still. As a child, I remember our own cherished memory bag. Nestled within was a small sky blue album with frayed edges. It opened a window to the 1960s, showcasing my mother's life in black and white. Each year on her birthday, she did pose at a photo studio, becoming a year older with each page. My favorite was a picture of her, perhaps when she was 4 or 5, with a large flower adorning her black curly hair and a look of big wonder in her eyes. This album chronicled only her first decade, as these were the fleeting years when her mother was by her side. For my mother, This album was more than just pictures. It was a bridge to a past, a reminder of gentler, sweeter times. Another gem was a red spiral album, the story of my parents' wedding. Bound sturdily with a golden ring, it told a tale of modesty, aspirations, and fashion. As a child, flipping through their wedding album, I was utterly baffled. Where was I? Had I missed the invitation? My mother, while flipping through the pages, would share tales behind the pictures, sprinkling insights into her life, both its triumphs and tribulations. The absence of color in the album spoke of tight budgets. Her sari, a frugal find from Chandni Chowk, and the disco dress worn by her sister whispered of hardships and screamed 1980s fashion. Through her narratives, I glimpsed a world quite different from my own cushioned existence. As I delved into these memories, I was struck by a fact which had escaped me all these years. My mother's childhood was still captured in those handful of prints, but of my father's early years, there is no visual trace. Having lost his father at a tender age, his reserved demeanor seldom gave away tales from his past. His missing album silently narrates a story of his struggles. With time, studio clicks had transitioned to household cameras, permitting 52 pictures with each roll. Each clip taken judiciously and with utmost care, making each album a mini ride into an incredible life event. As a result, there were also numerous albums of my brother and me. Our birthdays, our first day at school, visits to the amusement park, the zoo, and the subsequent small and big milestones. They all were captured in numerous mismatched albums. Each picture had a story which everyone in the family had by heart and could hear and narrate them again to any willing ear. Through these photos, our parents gifted us abundant tangible childhood memories and also created their own magical bag of resilience and victories. Now, here's another question to everyone. Which is the first photo album that comes to your mind? Could be your wedding album, your kids album. Please share the same in chat box in say 10 seconds. Would anyone like to share in chat box? Parents wedding album. Thank you, Sai. Kids album. Parents wedding album. Thank you, Toastmaster Mudit. Childhood album by Cyril again. Thank you. Thank you everyone for sharing. So the most recent album for me was a modern photo book I created a decade back. It had select pictures from the infinite digital shots of my parents' first international trip. After a lot of coaxing, the destination chosen was America. A new high-end digicam was bought for the trip. And not surprisingly, the 3-week trip resulted in about hundreds of clicks. About 40 gems were polished and a new age shiny photo album took birth, accompanied by own special commentary. The comment on one photo of my dad lying in contemplation under a tree read, "Not solving for world peace, just calculating if the trip was worth more than a new flat." And not surprisingly, these are the moments which my parents still refer to when reminiscing about their US trip. How we capture moments could have changed, but how we create memories probably still has stood the test of time. From needing an entire closet to store our photo albums, we have moved to not even knowing where on our phones drives those thousands of digital memories hide. In this digital age, where snapshots are plentiful yet fleeting, these physical albums stand as a testament to our shared life. They remind us of the importance of preserving our moments, not just in pixels, but also in tangible forms that can be touched, felt, and passed down through generations. To conclude, I urge you to reflect if, in our quest for digital perfection, through filters, Photoshop, are we losing the charm of the perfect, the real, the tangible? Are we creating memories for ourselves or for social media? Are we forgetting the value of capturing life's moments in a form that would withstand the test of time and preserve the essence of our stories and our life? Thank you. Over to you, TMOD, Shelly.
Awesome. That was a wonderful speech, Toastmaster Rashmi. Now, moving on to our next speaker, Toastmaster Suniva. She's attempting her level 1 project 3 speech, and I would like her evaluator, Bhuvi Gupta, to read out the speech objectives.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. And thank you, TMOD. Toastmaster Suniva will be attempting her level 1 P3 speech. The speech length duration is to be from 5 to 7 minutes. The speech objective would be to use vocal variety or body language. And this means body language should include gestures and other non-verbal communication, which also includes pace, tone, pitch, and volume in the speech. The topic of Toastmaster Suniva's L1P3 speech is Guardian Angel. So without further ado, over to you, Toastmaster Suniva. Guardian Angels, Toastmaster Suniva.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Shelly, and good evening, dear Toastmasters. Today, I would like to go back 10 years and share an extraordinary experience of mystery and wonder. Picture this. 2 exhausting days in the hospital had passed. Not as a doctor, but this time as a patient admitted in the same place where I worked. It was 5 p.m. when I was discharged. And suddenly, the sky opened up, pouring down on the earth, as if the heavens had burst. It was raining cats and dogs. Alone and bored, I was wool-gathering to return to the comfort of my cozy bed in my cozy room. But the rain intensified, cancelling my plans of a timely escape. With every passing hour, I was losing my patience, and then it was 10. Determined to brave the storm, I prayed to God and finally ventured out. I stepped out in the hallway when I spotted a light in the corner. Oh, the lift door was opened. I quickly ran there and called out, "Hold on, wait, wait." I reached and I saw inside a couple, an old man and a woman, around their 70s, all dressed in pristine white clothes, standing erect and looking straight ahead. I stepped in, giving them a faint smile. As we reached the ground floor, I rushed to look for auto rickshawalas, but the streets were flooded knee-deep, and all the rickshaws were submerged. The drivers seeking help in the relentless rain, from the relentless rain. Disheartened, I stood by the entrance. Just when the same old lady from the lift passed by me, saying, "आओ, तुम्हें छोड़ देंगे. Come, let us drop you." Her voice was strangely compelling, as I could not think anything but just to follow her and go behind her. I found myself slipping in the rear seat of an old white Maruti 800 car. It seemed I was confused and everything seemed preordained as the couples were silent. They didn't say anything, and the old man started the car without knowing my destination. I told him, मैं बस यहाँ पास में रहती हूँ. Please, leave me there. I just live nearby. The lady said, तुमको जहाँ जाना है, हम छोड़ देंगे. Wherever you want to go, we will leave you. I was relaxed. I asked her, what were they doing at this late hour in the hospital? She said, एक बच्ची को हमारी जरूरत थी, उसके लिए आए थे. A girl was in need. We came for her. I was confused, also curious. I couldn't help but ask them where they were headed to so late at night. She said, हमें तो अभी बहुत दूर जाना है बेटा. We have to go a really long way. Her answers were short and cryptic, just like her actions, strange, mechanical, as if in a trance. Upon reaching my destination, I said, आपको अगर कोई भी जरूरत हो तो आप प्लीज आइए आँख के अस्पताल में. मैं डॉक्टर सुनीवा हूँ. वहां मेरा नाम लीजिए. And they were off. They went and vanished into the night. I wanted to express my gratitude and offer assistance in return, but they left me in a sense of awe and disbelief. And guess what? The rain almost stopped. As I entered my room, it clicked my mind. Isn't the visiting hours over at 7 p.m.? Also, the security doesn't allow anyone inside the hospital ward beyond that. Moreover, there was no girl or child admitted in the hospital in the special ward. I couldn't shake the feeling that I had encountered something beyond explanation. Who were these mysterious strangers? And why did they come to my aid? To this date, these questions swirl my mind. And so, I leave you all with this thought. In the deepest, darkest moments, when all hope seems to be lost, perhaps it's not luck or chance that guides our path, but something far greater. Guardian angels watching over us when we need them the most. Thank you.
You're on mute. Shelly, you're muted.
Sorry. I was saying that was such a mesmerizing speech, Toastmaster Suneva. And after this wonderful set of speeches, now let's continue with the theme. So let me ask each one of you, what could be the possible motivations of living abroad? You can type your answer in the chat. Okay. New cultures, education, money, better roads. Yeah, probably all. It's like upgrade. It's like upgrading to the deluxe version. Better paychecks, fancier infrastructure, robust healthcare, world-class education, imparting practical skills. It's like a cultural buffet, as someone rightly pointed out. You get to soak up different vibes and broaden your horizons. And who wouldn't appreciate a little distance from those nosy relatives and a non judgmental society? Or maybe it's the FOMO on those envy-inducing Insta stories. Or maybe the idea that success only comes with a one-way ticket out of India. All that being said, life isn't as easy and glamorous as it seems on social media. No doubt it's a good to have experience, but it comes with a whole bunch of struggles. To begin with, the major missing is the freshly cooked, authentic Indian food. Well, you cannot pack theplas and khakras for a year. Obviously, there are luggage restrictions at the airport, right? And there's no convenience of Swiggy, Zomato, or Blinkit, where you can order stuff in just the blink of eye. It's always a hassle. You can't even have one relaxing day. The initial experience with foreign currency resembles playing Monopoly with actual money, converting every purchase into INR. An €8 burger? Oh, that's like 750 INR. Let alone eating out at a restaurant, which seems like a luxury there. And we Indians have issue with using the tissue first thing in the morning. Well, jokes apart, staying away from family, missing friends, doing all the chores without any household help, surviving extreme weather with layers of clothing is not a piece of cake. How cold can it possibly how cold can it possibly be? Other countries says, hold my coffee. Obviously, snow looks pretty and adventurous on a vacation, but snow caked up on Monday at 7 a.m. on a vehicle, not fun. Many countries have 3 months of summer and 9 months of staying indoors. You make best friends with your heater. And many of us presume English is widely spoken abroad, but over half of the population speaks their own national language and not the English. My friend shared one crazy experience when she boarded the wrong train due to unfamiliarity with German signs. And she literally had to call a translator friend to help her navigate the entire journey. A half-hour journey almost took her 3 hours. Talking about crazy experiences, if any of you would like to share their experiences, maybe they can share later. A society that minds its own business is attractive, but comes with its own set of challenges. No one will pamper you when you're falling sick. You know what's funny? Some people want to move abroad for better healthcare. Suggestions to all Indians to visit USA on vacation, fall sick, and go to emergency room. Let me know how spending $1,000+ went. There are Indians all over the world, but which is the most popular destination? Any guesses?
Hmm?
You can you can type on the chat box. Not Goa. Okay, so according to a LinkedIn survey, USA is the most popular destination for Indians to migrate to. Why? USA may be where most Indians have that one friend who moved there, a relative who grew up there, or any classmate who used to fail but still got through Stanford. Europe is a close second, probably due to DDLG syndrome. It's a great home for easy travel. England is the third most on the list, probably for permanent stay. You don't move to an island to travel easily, right? Canada, or shall we call Canada, is wide open second choice for everyone. Canadians, are you hearing this? You are someone's plan B. And the other Tika Chalega countries are Ireland, Australia, Singapore. And for God knows what reason, people would rather stay in India than move to close by Dubai. The most popular destination, USA, is the farthest away from India. So you could incorrectly conclude Indians want to run as far away as possible. Just like there's a lot of uncertainty and spontaneity living abroad. In our lives also, we may face various impromptu moments. And to help us tackle with that, we have our table topic master who will give some fantastic topics both members and guests will get the opportunity to speak on the same. So let's put our hands together for our table topic master, Toastmaster Sandhya.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Shelly. It's really my pleasure to be the table topics master for the meeting tonight. Because we have a number of guests today, let me explain what this segment is about. We just heard three terrific speakers delivering their prepared speeches for about 5 to 7 minutes. In this segment, we ask members and guests to come and deliver speeches, but shorter speeches and topics that will be given to them on the spot. Yes, this is the impromptu speaking section of the Toastmasters meeting. The time limits, the timer had already announced in the beginning. I will just repeat that for everyone's convenience. The time limit is 1 to 2 minutes for the table topics. The timer will display the green card at the end of 1 minute, the yellow card at the end of 1.5 minutes, and the red card at the end of 2 minutes. Speakers will be disqualified if they speak for less than 1 minute or if they speak for over 2.5 minutes. So there is a 30-second grace period on either side of the time limit. Now, usually in table topics, you get a topic and you speak on that. But we also say that a picture speaks 1,000 words. So to give a slight twist to the table topic segment, what I have brought here tonight is pictures. So you will have to see the picture, and based on the picture, whatever comes to your mind, you need to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. All right. So it's not a topic that will be given to the speaker, but a picture or an image that will be shown to you. Based on the image, you will be expected to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. A timer, I will request you after I stop sharing my screen, that is after I share the picture, then you can start sharing your screen, that is the timer screen. All right, thank you, Toastmaster Mahesh. And with that, may I have any volunteers? Come on. Sorry, yes, Toastmaster.
We're running way behind, so I think you should just pick people instead of waiting for people to volunteer. We're running way behind on schedule.
Okay, all right, sure. So let me speak. Toastmaster Mitesh, would you like to go first? Yes, Toastmaster Mitesh, can you quickly choose a number between 1 to 12?
5.
5, great. Toastmaster Mitesh, I'm going to share my screen in a bit. Toastmaster Mitesh, this is your image. Please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes,
and
I can see your screen. Yes.
Okay. Toastmaster Mitesh,
Yes.
this is your picture. This is your picture, Toastmaster Mitesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandhya. This is an Indian passport. Without Indian passport, Indian nationals cannot travel overseas. I've been holding an Indian passport since 2001 and have changed 3 passports until now. I've traveled 13 countries and as of now, Indian citizens can travel to 62 countries on visa on arrival facility, wherein you don't have to apply for a visa beforehand. You just have to go to the airport and apply for own arrival visa, pay the fees and get the visa. Indian passport is slowly becoming stronger by the day.
and with time we would know how stronger it will become. Over to you, the Toastmaster Sandhya.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mitesh. I see Toastmaster Cyril has raised his hand. Would you like to go next? Pick a number, Toastmaster Cyril, between
7.
1 and 12, except 5.
7.
7? Okay. Taimo, can I request you to stop sharing your screen? Thank you. Toastmaster Cyril, this is your picture. This is your picture, Toastmaster Cyril.
Okay, everyone, you guys have seen the most horrible thing that could happen to you during a festival. My speech ends there. My speech ends there, truly. Yeah, because this has happened to me. I came to Bombay when I was in 8th standard, and until then we learned that Holi was a festival of colors, and you kind of dabbed color on each other, and you celebrated after that with food and getting to the merriment and all of that. This little teenager lands in Bombay, and it's Holi, and I look down from my balcony. I see people covered in only one paint, aluminum or silver. I have no idea which one. They were zombie statues walking around. I thought that was it. And then I saw people taking water from the drain and dousing each other liberally on that. The water went into mouths and literally every other holes that you had. I stepped down very, very hesitantly that evening after all the facilities, after all the felicities had gotten over. And indeed, it had gotten over. Took a round in my society, and then aerial attack. There were a bunch of boys. They had hidden in the terraces. Water balloons, poop, 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 hitting everyone with unerring precision. It's a festival to make merry, but we need to be mindful about merriment. What's fun for someone may not be funny for the other. We need to be respectful. With respect, I think it's a different kind of merriment. It's a different kind of celebration. People should not fear any festival. People should actually look forward to participating. We have Holi coming up. Oh, wow, Toastmaster Sandhya, you've really put that slide very much in. It's very relevant because you have Holi coming up in the next, I think, 2 weeks. So yeah, be mindful of your celebrations, be respectful, and have responsible fun. No means no, as Amitabh said in Pink. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Cyril. Yes, some memories can be daunting, but I hope you do have a good Holi this time. I see that Bikram has put on his camera. Bikram, are you ready to go for the next topic?
Yeah, please.
Yes, great. I love your enthusiasm. Bikram, please choose a number between 1 and 12, except for 5 and 7.
9.
9? Okay. Yes, Bikram, this is your picture. This is your picture, guest Bikram.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite website. Make My Trip is a portal wherein we have used a number of times, not to just go from one place to another, but to plan also things. It is one of the websites which gives us the comparison also. And it happens so that it's almost from past 7 to 8 years, I have been using Make My Trip. And Make My Trip has given us a lot more memorable memories, cherishable memories, which me and my family love to share. Make My Trip is such a pleasurable website that I have not found any other website which is at par with Make My Trip, because of the two things: the accuracy which they provide and the variety which they provide. Not only about the booking sites, but yes, about knowing about the locations. And yes, they offer a lot of trips. They offer holiday packages. We happened to choose one of the holiday packages from their side, and it was lovely. It was lovely dealing with them. And yes, Make My Trip is not about a trip, but it is about memories. We should not term Make My Trip as a noun for some. We can use Make My Trip as a verb, because it is giving me memorable, cherishable memories, which not only the family, but we have with our friends also. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Bikram, for that attempt. We are unfortunately running way behind time, so I will take one more speaker. Both Toastmaster Bhuvi and Manoj had raised their hands. I will go with Toastmaster Manoj, because Bhuvi, you already have a speaking opportunity. So maybe after the end of the meeting, we can unofficially do a table topic with you. Toastmaster Manoj, welcome again to BKC Fireflies. Please choose a number between 1 to 12. 5, 7, and 9 are gone.
I hope I'm audible, because there's a background music going on.
You are audible.
Okay, thank you. So I'll go with number 4.
Number 2, okay.
Number 4.
Number 4, all right. Toastmaster Manoj, here is your picture. Here is your picture, Toastmaster Manoj.
I'm born to a unique country, and it has got different names. And the most popular name now winning currency is Bharat. It is known throughout the world as a country which has never invaded any other country. It has those hidden treasures. And once upon a time, it used to be called the golden bird of the complete universe. And people from all around the world wanted to come and see what that golden bird is. Starting from Alexander the Great till the Mughals and the Britishers. And what Bharat Mata did is accept them with open arms. What we call Vasudevam Kutumbakam. The whole world is a family. And that is what my country is teaching to the whole world. And I'm proud Indian, a proud Bharatiya. And this picture shows one of the wonders of the world, the Taj Mahal. And there, the way people are being greeting each other, namaste, instead of good evening, good morning, good night. But namaste is a gesture of bowing down, showing our deep respect for the other person, and showing that gratitude to the other person that you are here in my country, my land, and I am here to look after you. So this is the greatest message that the nation is giving to the whole world. It is acceptance to accept different cultures and excel. And that is what India has been teaching to the whole world. And I'm a proud Indian. I feel proud that I'm born in this country. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Manoj. And thank you everyone for enthusiastically participating in this session. Before we end the session, I would like to invite the timer, Toastmaster Mahesh, to let us know the time taken by the speakers.
Yeah. It is rightly said that to complete any task, hard work and perseverance is required. So the hard work and perseverance of all the participants has paid off. And it is rightly said that Rome was not built in a day. So congratulations to all the Toastmasters. All of them qualified within the stipulated time. So congrats to all. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster Sandhya.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mahesh, for that crisp report. I would now hand over the meeting to our wonderful Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shelly. Over to you. You are on mute, Shelly.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandhya, for the lovely session. Now, I would like to invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Cyril, for giving us the evaluations.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shelly. I keep saying that in a Toastmasters meeting, every role is special except for one role, which is that of the general evaluator. And I'm the general evaluator for today. My job is to give feedback on what we did well in the meeting, what we could have done differently. And given that there's a paucity of time, let me quickly wrap up that role. I'll be assisted by a battery of evaluators, starting with the speech evaluators and then the auxiliary team players. Let me call upon the first speech evaluator, that would be Toastmaster Kashif, who would be evaluating speaker number 1, Meenal Manushari. So, Master, could you spotlight Kashif and Meenal, if your videos could be switched on?
Hi, am I audible?
Toastmaster Kashif, just 1 second. The timer will share the timing screen. You are audible whenever you're ready, Kashif.
Okay. So, Meenal, right from the get-go, Meenal pulled us in with her opening line, which was, "What are you going to do with the one wild and precious life?" Was it wild and precious life that you have? And that is something which I have also wondered and still do sometimes. And then she went on to elaborate and take us through her life experiences. And I must say that what a great story it was to hear Meenal talk about her life. Let us see now the 3 things which I really liked about her speech. The first one was, like I said, that it was a great story, a story of contrasts, a story of ups and downs. So, for example, she talked about when she started her speech, she said that she wanted to break free of the constraints of society, and I was wondering how she's going to do that, because then she said that she's a banker, which is a little unusual for a banker. And then the second one was that she mentioned that in school she was always away from the limelight, while at her home she was the primary troublemaker. And then another thing which she mentioned was that from the childhood she wanted to get married, she wanted to settle down, have a couple of kids. And then there was a dream where she wanted to travel, and she wanted to travel on a motorbike. So all of these contrasts is what makes a story great. And I thought it was a very good story which she told today. The second thing which I liked was that she possesses multiple talents, which she talked about in her speech. Despite all the things that she does, despite being a equity research analyst, traveling, she still found the time to learn about yoga and be a yoga teacher. So that was commendable. And the third thing which I liked was, and I was really, really impressed, was by her courage. Because being in a family, the courage to pursue her dreams and to make her dreams come true. Because to be born in a family, conservative family with a strict dad, I can imagine that it must have been very difficult for her to convince them, which she herself mentioned that it took 2.5 years for her to convince her family to let her pursue this dream. Now let us see that what are the things she could have improved upon. So the first thing which I thought was that, I would really have liked to learn a little bit more about her struggles, about what it took for her to convince her family to let her pursue this dream. Secondly, she said that she traveled 50 states, she traveled 50,000 kilometers. So I would have liked to know a little bit about experiences, about her life experiences. And finally, also there was an abrupt ending in her speech. So that is again something she can work on. But overall, I thought it was a wonderful speech. All the best to Meenal for future speeches.
Thank you. May I now ask the Zoom master to please spotlight our speaker number 2, Rashmi, and himself, the Zoom master himself, Sai, as evaluator. Whenever you're ready, Sai.
Rashmi, what I liked about your level 1 project 2 were 3 things. A, your speech was very thought-provoking. And there were so many nuggets of wisdom and nostalgia and ideas which we don't really consider on a daily basis. So that stood out to me, that you had really put some thought into creating and crafting a speech which not just delivered a message, but also made you think about what questions were being asked. And not just that, you also started with a few questions and got the audience involved in that regard. So I think that was a standout feature for me in terms of your speech being of great value to us. For example, one of the things that jumped out at me was when you said, we have volume when it comes to photographs. We have a device which can store hundreds of pictures, but nothing stands out as being valuable. So that was something that I found very thought-provoking. And again, the fact that these photos evoke memories of times that have gone by. And do we have those memories now for the children who are not exposed to physical photographs? Those are thought-provoking moments in your speech. And I think that was very well done. The language was evocative. You talked about photographs being nestled in a bag, childhood memories. Those phrases brought us back to a time and place in our own lives, because everybody's at different ages. But when you talk about childhood memories, everybody is transported into their old childhood because their childhood is different from yours, but they're still thinking about that when you bring up something like childhood memories or photographs in a bag that you bring out and look at a later time. Photo albums are another blast from the past. Great job at the language chosen and the themes of the speech. The next thing I liked about you, the third thing I liked about your speech, was that it was an interesting story to narrate, the story of your own life, and you broadened it out to make a larger point about how we're living life today. And one thing that stood out and made me feel a little sad was about your father, and there were no photographs of your father from his childhood. And I could imagine a young boy experiencing milestones in his life, but there were no photographs to record those milestones and share with his children. That is you and your siblings today, which is, again, a very moving aspect of your speech. But that was not exactly the purpose of your speech. The purpose of your speech was to work on your vocal variety and your body language. So all the good things were that your content was great and the thought was thought-provoking. What you needed to work on was your body language and vocal variety. I saw you doing a few things. I saw you making hand gestures. You were working a little bit harder on your body language, and I noticed that. And I congratulate you on stepping out of your shell and making that effort to not just be a person reading the nightly news. If you remember from the 1980s, there were these newsreaders who used to sit in with a very bland and unmoved face, read out the news. Even if there was a big bomb blast, they'd be like, there was a bomb blast and people died. That's all they did. And you were doing a few things, like a few moments in your speech. You had those moments when the content of your speech was not being reflected in the emotion of from your side. So that was one thing I really would like you to expand a little bit more on, dig a little deeper, so that you are able to reflect the moment of your speech in your voice and your body language as well. The other thing I ask you to do is not read your speech. I think the moments I saw you just skipping through and waiting for your eyes to catch up with where you are on the screen, that's another challenge for you. Work on that, and I think you will be a great speaker. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. May I now request Evaluator 3, Bhuvi, who shall be evaluating Toastmaster Suniva.
Should I begin? Am I audible?
You are clearly audible.
Okay, great. So good evening, Toastmasters, and good evening, Toastmaster Suniva. I would be evaluating Toastmaster Suniva's level 1 P3 speech. And at the outset, I would like to say, Toastmaster Suniva, brilliant job. I really, really enjoyed this speech. The Toastmaster of the day used the word mesmerizing when you ended your speech, and I fully agree with that adjective. Your speech was indeed mesmerizing. You started with a very evocative story, and you used description in your language very well, so that when you were speaking, and because of the use of adjectives in front of me, I was, picturizing whatever that you were saying. And that is not easy. And I think you did that extremely well, so that I genuinely felt that, I was in a hospital because of your descriptions. And I was in that rainy day when you walked out. We've been in Mumbai, we've all been there, and we knew exactly what you meant. So great job done with the descriptiveness and the story as a whole. The speech objective for your L1 P3 speech was vocal variety and gestures, and uses of gestures, and both I think you did very well. Couple of things that I would like to point out that I really liked is that you had a couple of conversations in your speech, and you used your head movement to, point out. You moved your head to the left, I noted, when you were talking to the old lady, so that you could imagine that conversation again, right? I don't know whether it was intentional, but at one time when you were communicating disbelief and disbelief, you moved the camera closer to your head. So I really enjoyed that. These are some things that one can use, especially on play in video. You had yeah, and you used your intonation, etc. also very well. You built suspense also very well. So I liked the story. I liked the vocal variety, liked the gestures. Everything was very, very good. Now coming to the things that you may want to improve on. I really do not have much, but some points that I would like to share with you are, one is that you had a little less of audience awareness and audience engagement. If you could have included some questions, integrated some of that into your speech, I think that would have been very good. And the second thing is that I felt the content could be improved a little bit. The ending did not quite do justice to the topic. You could have built it up a little more, and you could have also, expressed how and why they were guardian angels. So I felt the content can be a little improved. But other than that, brilliant job. So best of luck in future speeches.
Thank you very much. May I have Toastmaster Mahesh read us the timing for the evaluators?
Yeah. So Toastmaster Kashif took 3 minutes and 15 seconds to qualifies. Toastmaster Sai took 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Again qualification. Toastmaster Bui missed by a second. He took 3 minutes and 31 seconds. So
right, the importance of time.
Disqualifies. So over to Toastmaster.
Thank you very much. May I now call upon the R counter, Toastmaster Cynthia, to give us the R counter report.
Okay, so Toastmaster Minal had multiple pauses. She had 1 hour and 2 hours. Toastmaster Rashmi, she said, please share twice. That could withstand, she said twice. Balance, it was perfect. Toastmaster Suniva, the couples, she repeated twice. For the table topics, you don't have to also, she repeated actually, Toastmaster Suniva. Toastmaster Mitesh had multiple pauses, and he repeated thrice. Toastmaster Cyril repeated, my speech ends there, twice. All the festivities twice, very much twice. Toastmaster Vikram repeated which, such as, and about, is not about which. Toastmaster Manoj repeated greetings, greeted. Yeah, that's about it. That's all from my end.
Thank you so much. And Toastmaster Cynthia, your favorite crutch word is
yes.
Yeah, all right. Let me call upon the much feared grammar Nazi, Toastmaster Mudit.
Yeah, am I audible?
Very clearly.
Yeah, thank you. So firstly, word of the day, wool gathered, was used by Meenal and Sunia, and Mahesh used the word phrase of the day, Rome was not built in a day. So I have noted few good uses of the words that might be useful for other speakers. Solace in traveling, Dream was born. Whispers of hardship. Each picture had a story. Raining cat and dog. Short and cryptic. One good line used by one of the speaker was during the deepest and darkest, when all our hope are lost, not luck will find us, but the guardian angel will. Life comes with whole bunch of struggles. So overall, during all the speakers, I find I was well gathered when listening to all the speeches and respecting the time. Over to you, General Evaluator. Sel.
Thank you so very much. Right, that ends the auxiliary evaluations. Let me just start with my general evaluations. The meeting started bang on time with our SA, Toastmaster Cynthia, giving us the rules, the do's and don'ts. Just one thing I'd like to point out, if we can start the recording before the SA comes, then when you upload the video, it's like one full meeting. Great job, Sai, as a presiding officer, interacting with all the guests, highlighting the relevant stuff, the renewals, which is a very important thing, contests, member achievements, and also inducting the speaker. For those of you who did not join us early, we had a rousing game of name, place, animal thing. I think that was a good way to kind of have people relax in the meeting room before the meeting started. Do join early next time. Coming to the Toastmaster of the day, fabulous job. I mean, great content. I think your content could have stretched a little longer. Unfortunately, timing did not permit. It just kept on becoming better and better and better. A couple of things that I'd like to mention. Be mindful of the time in the agenda. Yeah, that's one of the biggest things that you need to do as an MOC. Be mindful of the time. Secondly, great job in particularly taking over as when the evaluator one had a technical difficulty, you just kind of swooped in to save the day. That was really amazing of you. That's some little carelessness. Good morning, Toastmasters. We now present the tag team at Mumbai Toastmasters. Hello, this is BKC. Yeah, just be a little careful in when you step up as a master of ceremonies somewhere, and you will. Timer. Be mindful of the timings, icebreaker speeches, regular speeches. Yeah, apart from that, brilliant job as usual. Grammarian, lovely job. Just urge people to use a word of the day and the phrase of the day. You can do that multiple times by putting on the chat after every break in speech, prepared speeches, table topics. You can urge people. It's your job to ensure that the word is indeed, ingrained in all of us, whole gathering in all of us at the end of the meeting. Right. One last thing. Evaluator 3, Toastmaster movie. We don't need to announce the title. The Toastmaster of the day announces the title. And I think Sunil also picked it up by saying, thank you, Toastmaster Shelly. Right. The TTM, you did a wonderful job, Table Topic Master. I think this club is known for vocal variety. This club is known for its respect to the English language and wordplay. And yeah, we have titans walking around. That's it for my evaluation. Fabulous job. And back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Well, thank you for that lovely general evaluation. And let me end this meeting by a wonderful quote. On the crosswords of life, it doesn't always have to be the road less traveled. It should be the road that you enjoy traveling on, whether it be India or it be abroad. So that brings us towards the end of the session, and I would request our president to take over the stage.
Thank you so much, Shelly. Like Cyril said, a job very well done. And what a quote to end on. We've all heard the Robert Frost line, 2 roads diverged in a wood, but you said, take the road that gives you the most joy. And that's the kind of stuff that can change a person's perspective. And it all happened at a Toastmasters meeting on a Thursday at 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. in the evening. That's when we heard these great ideas coming out from everyone. Thank you so much for all the hard work you did. And please do come back and maybe give us a speech this next time instead of just being the the Toastmaster of the day.
Sure.
Right? So we had a wonderful meeting and we're going to start getting feedback from our guests, from all the people who attended. But before I do that, let me quickly launch the polls so I can understand what the room, and I hope there are no co-hosts. I'm the only host. So good. We'll get a bunch of votes coming in. I'm launching the polls. Please do. And I've kept Bhuvi in it. I forgot to remove her. And I think 1 second is hardly the kind of thing to worry about. And I think Bhuvi's name is still there. Am I wrong about that? No, she's still there. So please do vote for all these roles, for all these participation things. Please vote for them. And while that is happening, let me maybe talk to some of our guests about the work about how they what the experience of the meeting was. I don't think Zainab is there anymore, so let me maybe go with Bikram. Bikram, if you could turn on your video, unless you're in the middle of voting, in which case that takes precedence over my spiel. There you go.
Yeah, hi.
All right, let me add you to the spotlight. So what is your experience of the meeting, and did you enjoy table topics?
Yeah, absolutely. I did enjoy the table topics, and as usual, I have heard a lot about BKC Fireflies, and I am in that WhatsApp group also. So I am keep getting that energy from that group, and that actually forced me to join in this particular meet, to start joining the meet again. And I would say I said this last time as well, that yes, you guys are having a lot of energies, and this is in virtual meeting that I can feel this energy. How about if this meeting goes physical?
You can find out next in April. We'll be meeting up in person in April. Please do come.
That will be an excellent thing, and I would love to join there. Yeah. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure being there.
Great. I was thinking you're going to say that I'm suffering from a quarter life crisis, and because the theme was quarter life crisis, I came for that. But you said you wanted to experience the meeting once more. Great job.
Yeah.
Mudit, can we get you on spotlight also? And if you could give us a little bit of feedback on what we did, what we can do better compared to the other meetings you've been to.
Okay, so actually this is the first virtual meeting I'm attending. I have always attended the physical meeting, so it's first time experience for me for attending virtual meeting, and I find it not less than any physical meeting. And one good thing I noted was the timing was visible to the speaker. Means otherwise what in the physical meeting was do was to raise the card and other thing. So it was always in the front of the thing. So that is, I think, one additional advantage, that we don't have to look for the timer where it is sitting or all that. And otherwise, I felt, I think it was amazing experience, I would say.
Oh, great. Please, just like Shelly, please do come back, and maybe you can give us a speech. You can give us, you participate in any way you can. Which club do you belong to?
I belong to Goregaon Speakers Community.
Yes, you did mention this. Sorry, I remember now. You said Goregaon Speakers.
Yeah, no worries.
Please do come. It'll be fun to have you speak at our club also.
Definitely.
Manoj, I hate to call you a guest. It's like calling a family member a guest, but you've been with us. You've attended our meetings multiple times already. But if you could turn on your video, which we haven't done yet, maybe Manoj is in the middle of something. While that is happening, let's do this. I think Bhuvi wanted to do a table topic. Bhuvi, are you still up for that? Give me a thumbs up if you are. And we have to turn on your video for that. I can't see you with the video turned off. All right, I think Bhuvi wants to do a table topic. Sandhya, are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready. Let me just share my screen.
All right, and I'm going to terminate the poll. So, oh, people haven't. Oh, has everybody voted? I think you have. All right.
Okay, Bhuvi. Here is your picture. Here's your picture, Bhuvi.
Okay, all right. Will I have the timer, or I'll just speak for a minute, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this meeting is taking place in Bombay, and I think all of us are reminiscent of going in a local train which is full of people, and we fully feel for the people. And I would like to share a personal story. Actually, I do not belong to Bombay. I am from Delhi. I moved to Bombay 6 years ago, and I saw many such images, and I saw lots of news about how during rush hour in the mornings, you don't need to actually get into a train. There's going to be a swarm of people that when you're standing at the station, the swarm is going to carry you inside. And believe you me, that scared me. So, the good thing that when you move to a city and you move for a job is that you don't have to have a house which is far away from where you work. You can optimize and take a house close to where you work. So I, in my 6 years of being in Bombay, have completely done that. When I have switched jobs, I have also switched houses, as a result of which I have never been in a local train during rush hour. And that's where I would like to end. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bhuvi. And I know that if you had been part of the table topics as originally planned, you would have been a strong contender for the best table topics participant of the evening.
Thank you.
All right. So now it's time for me to announce the results. Oh, we didn't get feedback from Shelly because this was her first experience coming to our club as well. Shelly, do you have any feedback for us? Is there anything we can do to improve?
I think it was a great session, and it's my first time attending it online because I am used to the physical meetings. So, but the energy level was so high that it didn't felt like why are we meeting online and not physically. So overall, I really enjoyed the meeting. No feedback as such.
Thank you so much. Zainab, I saw you join back the meeting. If you could turn on your video and maybe in 20 seconds or less, tell us what you thought about the meeting, that would be great if you're available. If not, I'm going to count until maybe three. Oh yeah, video's turned on. So I think you're ready to talk to us. If you could tell us in 20 seconds, what you thought about.
Hi. I'm so sorry. Actually, my son has been all over me through the meeting, and it's just been one of those days. So he's just like, I had to be in and out of the meeting. But I think this was a great experience. I got disconnected in between, but other than that, I think that was just my fault. But other than that, I think this was a really good. I had heard so much about Toastmasters, and I think I really need to work on my own skill set in speaking, communicating. And I think this is a great opportunity for me. I think I have lots to learn. So I'm definitely joining in next time as well.
We'd love to have you. If not us, then there'll be Toastmasters clubs all over the neighborhood, all over the city, all over the world, in fact.
Yeah.
If not BKC Fireflies, then you'll always find another home somewhere else. So please do join us. To have you.
No, I think BKC and this online thing works well even for me because my work requires me to speak a lot online as well. So I think that is something that I'm sorry about the background.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So I mean, this is something that really works for me. So I think I will take it forward with Cyril. And
sounds good. So happy to have you.
Thank you.
All right. So now we have we have a few minutes to announce the results and celebrate our participants in the meeting. Let's start with the auxiliary roles. The auxiliary role player, the best auxiliary role player of the meeting had the closest vote. And the person who came out on top in that vote is Toastmaster Cynthia, who's dropped off, and she had to drop off. She was the counter, and everybody thought that she was the best aux role player for the evening. From the aux, let's go to the primary role player. And it was a blowout when it comes to the primary role player. The best primary role player for the evening was the person who doesn't even want to live in the country. Shelly was voted as the best primary role player of the evening. Let's skip the evaluation. Let's go to best table topics. He had a terrible time in the 8th standard, but he milked it and milked it and milked it and milked it to win the best evaluator vote for tonight. Cyril, you are the best evaluator, best table topic speaker for the evening. Let's go to evaluator next. I was chosen as the best evaluator. Thank you very much. Finally, the best speaker for the evening is someone, I don't know if she's still there. Oh, she's still there. She is joining us from all the way across the world, where our Shelly just told us that that's the country everybody wants to go to. She's proved Shelly right because she's moved. She's in the States right now. She's in Los Angeles and she's delivering her speech from there. And that person is your champion speaker for the evening, the person who saw ghosts. I think that was the story, that she experienced 2 ghosts. That is Suniva, who's chosen the best speaker for the evening. Congratulations, Suniva. Welcome to BKC Fireflies from LA.
Thank you.
Right. And I think on that note, I am going to turn off the recording and call this meeting to a